Imagine being so extreme of a Jedi that you basically become a Sith and are in denial that you are a Sith Lord. This is Atris. She was a Jedi Master who lived in 4000 BBY, following the Great Sith War, which saw many of the Order's greatest masters killed and the Jedi homeworld, Ossus, destroyed.
Atris became a very outspoken Jedi Master, loudly criticizing anyone who she deemed to not follow the Jedi Code to a T, and would very loudly voice her discontent with the directions that the Jedi took during the war.
She was so devoted to the Jedi Code that she became the very first custodian of the Temple Archives, the very first Jedi librarian to keep and hold the records of the Order in its entire history. Something about the Great Sith War must have changed Atris for the worse, because she became one of the Order's most outspoken members following the end of it, believing that some members' more laissez-faire policies led to the corruption of Exar Kun and Ulic Kel Droma, the Sith Lords that had caused the war.
Atris would herald in several different ideas and principles that would haunt the Jedi Order for millennia to come, including only training younger Force sensitives, restricting masters to only one Padawan at a time, and very heavily touting a more restrictive and rigid form of the Jedi Code. The most hypocritical change that Atris introduced was forbidding romantic relationships among other Jedi, which is a change that she herself would go on to break later on down the road. During her time on the Council, Atris became very close with a younger Jedi named Mitra Surik, seeing Mitra as almost a sort of hero, a younger Jedi that Atris heavily admired, viewing her as the ideal Jedi, an example of everything that a Jedi should be. She cared deeply for Surik, and it almost verged on romantic feelings, thus introducing Atris' own hypocrisy.
In 3963 BBY, the Mandalorian Wars broke out between the Jedi and the Mandalorians, and Atris was not a strong supporter of this war. She believed that many Jedi sent to fight in this war would fall to the dark side and become Sith, rebuilding the ranks of the Sith once again. Surik would then be affected by the super weapon activated on Malachor 5 and receive a wound in the Force like everybody else that was present for it.
Kind of came to the point where the Revanchists, Darth Revan and Malak, were the ones that were in the right the whole time, and not the Jedi. This bout of self-doubt enraged Atris. This pushed her distaste towards Surik into full-on hatred. Atris had studied many Sith holocrons throughout the course of the war, making her a Sith herself. She went and made a cult of handmaidens who vowed to never use the Force so that they would never sense what she had become. No better than the very Sith she claimed to have hated so much.